Hello YouTube, this is Snipecross GG. I'm going to show some Masters play today with a deck that people would not, um, I guess, expect to be in Masters. So this is a deck where the only champion I'm running is Teemo. So it sounds kind of like a troll deck, or would that be a Trundle deck? Sorry, that was a terrible, terrible joke. As you can see here are my one drops, but Teemo is the only champ that I'm running. There are 8 P and Z cards in this, but really, hitting the Wayfinder is really crucial because it's going to pull out the Teemos, hopefully. That's the idea. Pulling out a double Teemo is always fun when it happens. So I've seen a number of decks in the past that were elusive based. Obviously, there was one of the formats a while ago. It was basically elusive, just dominating everything. So things have changed a lot since then. However, I thought maybe I would try it out again with a little bit of, I guess, direct damage burn kind of stuff added. And with a Nopify, I find that this really, really helps because one of the major weaknesses to this was a card, Make It Rain, right? Make It Rain really hits hard when you're attacking with these guys, right, or a Green Glade duo, especially because she can get buffed up to like a 5 or something, and then just to Make It Rain takes her out. So I find Nopify has been really, really helpful. I am only running 2 copies, though, because there are certain matchups that it's going to be pretty much a dead draw. So like against, for example, almost always against Lee Sin, it's a dead draw unless you're negating their Nopify. I've had my Nopify negated by a Nopify before as well, but yeah, it's not that effective. It can be effective though, in a lot of in an aggro or burn matchup is really good to counter an Oxen Fervor or to counter a Make It Rain, of course. Also, if you're playing against Shadow Isles, it's good because it'll get rid of the Vile Feast quite often. So yeah, this is a really nice addition to this deck. I still have retreats for some protection. A lot of it though is actually just for the replay value of being able to replay Wayfinder. I'm running Concussive Palms because this is what I find helps kind of just stay alive. 2 Jewel Protector. You'll notice there's a lot of 2-ofs actually in this deck. This is, again, not a claim for this thing to be optimized at any, I don't think this is perfect. I think there's some tweaking that I have to do. But having a lot of 2-ofs and 1-ofs does give me a lot of options. And it's actually been, so far, pretty successful. I'm talking too much. I'm going to get to actually playing a game now. So hopefully I can show how this thing works. We'll see what kind of matchup I face. I find the thing that has been the biggest challenge to me, I guess, has been straight up burn decks. Probably because I usually win by turn 7, but sometimes I can die before that against burn, or they kill me on that 7th turn with like a fervor or something. So yeah, I find the decks that play slower, I've had a lot of success against. But like I said, we'll see. Okay, so this one I feel like is going to be a very bad matchup for me because Demacia has a lot of challengers, so if he can challenge my units, they don't stay alive for very long, and that is a bit of an issue. Also, I mean, he shouldn't be running Make It Rain. I know that he's bilged, but usually it doesn't. I may actually keep the Get Excited to get rid of Misfortune. No, let's kick it. Okay. So I don't know that Deny is going to help me all that much other than Rally. Right, but I would much prefer a Nopify for the Rally. So I'll get a good swing in here. Put some caps in his deck. Oh, already hit a cap. Okay, so I like having this is great, obviously. Yeah, so Wayfinder on turn 5 is going to be nice. You do not have to make it rain. Okay. A lot of these decks have actually been cutting. Have been cutting the single combats. If I had thought about it, perhaps I should have saved Mystic Shot. Ah, there's the Nopify. So yeah, I'm going to have some mana up. I'll have mana for some of these plays. I'm hoping for an Elution. So yeah, the whole point of this deck is really just to continue to go over the top, where you can't really do anything about it. So, right, here he comes. He's going to go for a big shot here. I mean, I could play Wayfinder now. See, I want to save MST actually for his face, to be frank. Like, I feel like I can take this shot here. Leave me at 9. Because this play, assuming I really wish I could have been more mana efficient this turn. But assuming, like I hope he has a single combat actually. If he has a single combat, that'd be great. Because I could Nopify it, be completely mana efficient. Alright. Okay, second Wayfinder. So as long as I hit, I feel like as long as I hit this Allegiance, I will win the game. If I miss it though, I'll probably lose the game. And that right there is the power of the Kinko Wayfinder when you hit Allegiance. So if he's got something, I have Deny up, I have Nopify up. This is a pretty devastating shot right here. This is actually game if he can't do anything about it. Concussive, okay. And we just nope that. And that is game. So that's a really quick it's a really quick game, but this is what this deck has been doing, and I've been very pleasantly surprised because I don't know, I had this idea and kind of threw it together. I wanted, once I hit Masters, I wanted to be able to try and make some non-meta creative decks again, and this was one of the ideas that I had come up with. Again, I'm not saying that I'm some crazy innovator and no one's ever thought of this. This is an old style of deck. Used to run Zed though as well, and I just haven't found the need for it because I just like going completely over the top. It's a lot of fun to play, and yeah, I guess I would say give it a try if you're kind of looking for something new and not the meta. I have been kicking Lee Sin's butt with this deck, which always makes me happy since he's probably the most broken champ in the game. Well, I don't even think it's probably, like, he's definitely the most broken champ in the game, with probably the most annoying deck to play against in the game. Though I'm sure a lot of people would debate me and say maybe Pirate Burn is worse. But yeah, I don't know. I'll go through, I guess, a few more things. I don't have time in this video, unfortunately, to play another game. But yeah, so if we just take a look, some of the things I want to highlight. Key Guardian is nice just for the draw, obviously. But also giving a barrier to something that, like, the beautiful thing is, right, when the barrier is in your hand, it's not like it's a one-turn barrier in your hand. So you can play it early even if you're not going to play the unit anytime to maximize your mana usage, I guess, being mana efficient, plus you get to draw. Retreats are nice for saving units, but again, I like replaying Wayfinder. That's been one of my go-to plays. Yeah, I didn't end up having to use the burn, but as you can see, like in that last game, I had the Mystic Shot in hand. So even if I didn't have game there, I could have just sacrificed my units and blocked the next turn. He wasn't going to kill me for sure. I had a lot of, um, I still had Elusives in my hand too, right? I had another Wayfinder, which would have brought out potentially 2 Teemos. So yeah, this, like I say, give it a try if you want. I'll put the deck in the description, and you can let me know, I guess, in the comments how you make out with it. This card is also really, like I said, it's underrated. Concussive Palm really does work in games that go a little bit longer. So this is one of the ways I've also shut down Lee Sin. Lee Sin goes in for his big play and it's just concussive. And if they deny it, as you can see, running 3 denies myself. The denies, I will say, primarily where I have found use for them is that, like a Shadow Isles, Freljord matchup, because you see things like Icequake or Avalanche, and you can save your units, right? You can commit to making bigger plays because you know that whatever they do, you can deny it. And once they've committed that much mana to a play, especially if it's something like, a Ruination or an Icequake, or even like a Withering Whale in many cases, if you deny that, their defense is shut down, and you can really hit for a lot of damage. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day, everyone, and God bless. Bye.